Hey guys, GeekGeek here, and the Xbox One conference, or the Xbox conference, just happened about an hour ago actually, but I had to go and have some food, but I made notes throughout the conference, and now I'm going to be discussing what happened. So if you didn't see it, here is the place to be. I'm going to summarize pretty much everything because it was such a long conference. I'm not going to spend like an hour and a half going through it all, so it's going to be a summary. You can go and watch the trailers and things like that, the things I've talked about. You'll be able to find them really easily. So this is just brief summary with brief opinions, so hopefully that's what you're looking for. Now I'm going to be looking at my notes quite a bit because that's where all the information is. I can't remember all this. So the Xbox conference opened with Konami, and they showed some Metal Gear Solid. There is a new one coming to the next gen. It isn't an Xbox One exclusive, so I don't know why they opened with it, but it is looking absolutely awesome. There's brand new stealth moves, there's horses, tanks, trucks, realistic passing of time, so the game is actually in real time, which is absolutely amazing. Deeper stealth action, things like that. The game looks awesome. The trailer, made it look really, really good. So, yeah, can't wait to see more on that. Then they went actually to talk about Xbox 360 games. I know you're thinking, what? But they wanted to get that out of the way first, and they've actually redesigned the console yet again. So, if you want to spend more money unneedingly, then you can buy the new look Xbox 360 console for whatever price it is. I'm not even sure. I didn't even look into it. But you can get a new one, even though the Xbox One is coming out. So it's really a waste of money. But you can get the new look Xbox, and basically they will be doing they'll be adding a new feature to Xbox Live. So you're paying the same price as you normally will on the Xbox One for Xbox Live, but you will be getting 2 free games each month, something similar to what the PS3 or PlayStation were doing with PS Plus, where you get some free content for paying, well, it's not free content, for paying some money you get a load of content every month, but they're giving you this for the same price, 2 free games. The 2 free games this month will be Assassin's Creed 2 and Halo 3, so pretty awesome. The games that most people have played, I've played both, yeah, so nothing new and exciting, but still 2 free games. I suppose it kind of makes it even more worthwhile to pay Xbox Live. Then they showed a new Xbox One IP. It's called Rise, the Son of Rome. As you can guess by the name, it is a medieval style game where you're a warrior and you're battling it through castles, enemies. Something that really annoyed me about this game, what I've seen so far, is there are loads and loads and loads of time sequence button presses. As in, when in some games they add them in certain moments where you're about to fall off a cliff and you got to tap 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 X and things like that. But this is throughout the combat on screen, constantly popping up. Press X, press Y, press B, press. That's really annoying. It's kind of treating me like I'm a 5-year-old and I don't know what buttons to press, and I can't remember buttons. They have to remind me every single time. So that is quite annoying, but still, the game graphically looks awesome. I don't know if I'll be picking it up. It's not really my sort of game, but it definitely shows what the next gen can do, and it's been made by Crytek, so awesome. Next, they showed a game called Killer Instinct, which is a arcade battle, arcade fighting game, basically, like Street Fighter or something like that. Apparently it's a game that has been out before. It's now just they're bringing it back for the Xbox One, and to be honest, I've never heard of it before, but there are a lot of people getting very, very excited. Sorry, the sun is over there, but yeah, so a lot of people getting very, very excited about that, but no, I've not seen it before, but it still looks pretty cool. Not my sort of game yet again, but bring something new is good. Sunset Overdrive by Insomniac Games. Now, this is unusual because Insomniac Games, and as the guy on the conference listed all their games, they make games for PlayStation, and that's all they've ever done for quite some time. Ratchet and Clank, a few other games as well, off the top of my head. Why can't I remember? They make some really good games, but Ratchet and Clank is definitely one of the highlights. So yeah, they're making a game called Sunset Overdrive, cartoonized. The best way I can describe it is Team Fortress 2 mixed with GTA, but with added creatures, and there's other players that you're kind of playing within this world, and it's a bit crazy, like some of these cartoon games are. Looks fun, and noting, because it's been made by Insomniac Games, I'm sure it's going to be pretty damn good as well. Moving on, Forza 5, that's something we've already seen before, but they were just talking more about it. They're working with the guys over at McLaren to make some of the most realistic driving you've ever seen. They're bringing a new feature called, Drive Atar. Basically, it learns your driving style, and then the opponents are then sort of customized to match your driving style so that they play as aggressively maybe as you do and things to try and really give you a challenge. Looks pretty cool. And then they were talking about how the system can learn how you drive so that you can just sit there watching the game drive for you. I don't really see the point of that. If I want to play, I'm playing a driving game to drive myself. I don't know why I want to sit there watching a computer show me that it knows how to drive better than I do. But yeah, it still looks really cool. The graphics look absolutely amazing. I'm keen to see more on Drive Club on the PlayStation and see what they're doing to rival Forza 5, as they're the kind of head-to-head launch games, you know, for both rival consoles. So, still, Forza 5 looks really good. You know it's going to be good because, you know, the past Forza games have been pretty good as well. So, I don't think I've played a bad Forza game. So, looking forward to that. The next, Minecraft for the Xbox One. Graphically isn't going to change. They haven't said that. They showed a bit and it looked exactly the same. It's probably as they're saying, they're just going to add more things that are on PC basically. So if you already play Minecraft on PC, this is nothing new. You'd have bigger worlds, probably more monsters and things like that. You know, more gameplay elements that we've had in the PC version that you haven't had on the Xbox yet. And yeah, I'd like to see them add things like texture packs you could download for the store and add, as long as they're not charged for. I'd like to see that, really make use of the hardware and have a lot of things that PC users have. But to be honest, I play Minecraft on the PC. It works best on the PC. I'm not going to get it for a console. I didn't get it for the 360. I'm not going to get it for the Xbox One. Now, moving on, Quantum Break, a game we saw a few weeks ago as well. They showed some more gameplay of that, and something to do with, there's certain things that happen in time, and then they can be frozen, and then these people can come and mess with it a little bit, pull people out. In the trailer there was like a woman stuck with this like shattering glass and those things flying everywhere, and they kind of walked up and dragged her out of that, and then she kind of wasn't frozen in time anymore. It was quite confusing, I think, the trailer. Like, a lot of people were getting really excited about it, but after the trailer I was kind of a bit like, okay, so what is this game exactly about? I don't know, I'd like to see more on it because I am still confused about that. I did understand it after the first Xbox conference, and to be honest, I don't fully understand it now. And I lost my place. Next one, D4. D4, I saw a screen with D4 on it, and then a few seconds later they were talking about something else. D4 is a game that's coming to Xbox One. Don't know what it is. They did that with a few games. They showed them for a brief few seconds, not enough for us to really tell what it was on about, and then just moved on to something else. But they moved on to something that they haven't really done before, and it's called Project Spark. You can create your own game, world, and then play in it. A little bit like Little Big Planet, but it's a different style completely. It's the same concept, but it's not executed in the same way. It's you build it top down on this world, so it's not a platformer like Little Big Planet is. Although the stuff people create with Little Big Planet did make it like anything you could make a full 3D world, but that's beside the point. You can build terrain, you can change the time of day it is, and all these different things, and create the game exactly as you want it, add monsters, things like that, and then you can play your own game, battle through. And it looks pretty cool. And even when you play in the game, you can still modify the land and stuff. Like we saw characters surfing over land that was continuously stretching over. I sort of feel like it may be a bit of a gimmick. I think there may be a limit to what you can do. I'd like to see a lot more tools added into it, like you could do with stuff like Little Big Planet 2. And because that really made it, because the community used those tools and created their own games, really their own games in the game. You're playing like a first-person shooter style thing in Little Big Planet 2, and it was like nothing you've ever seen before, and you think, I'm playing Little Big Planet here, and it looks like a first-person shooter. So I'd like to see that there's a lot more tools in there than what they've just shown, because otherwise I think it will get boring a little bit too quickly. I've gone all the way back up again. Smart glass, I know they really want us to buy a smart glass. I think they're, just saying, we really want you to buy one, and you've got more features. It's native to the Xbox One, as you can expect. You can check loads of information. It basically works like the Wii U tablet does with the Wii U. And basically, you can check all your game specs, you can check all the clips that have been recorded through the Xbox DVR. We'll get more into that later. And yeah, it's more social, and then you can interact with the game, have that always open, have inventories displayed on the smart glass and things like that. So it can be pretty cool. I don't see a lot of people use it. I do see it more of a gimmick because, as I saw on Twitter, a lot of people saying, when I play my game, I kind of want to play my game. I don't really want to get my phone out, connect it, and then, start looking at things on my phone. That's completely understandable, because it kind of does break the immersion between you and the game. and I prefer to be immersed in the game world. As soon as you've kind of taken away from that screen and take to a secondary device, I feel that you're taken away from that game experience, but I think it is something that Sony's going down as well, so, it's the way things go. So we talked about the DVR stuff. So their DVR thing is called Upload DVR. I know, original name. It allows you to edit gameplay, you can add your own commentary, and then you can upload it and share it to the cloud. They haven't said exactly where you can share it, and if it goes to YouTube, if there are any YouTube options. If there aren't, then I don't think it's going to be used very much, because YouTube is the place to be. I mean, who's going to go on Xbox.com to view a video? Don't see it happening, but still, I think things like Upload DVR, the PlayStation 4, they've said that they can do that sort of thing as well. I think these things are going to be used by people that aren't so techy and that don't have a good computer and things like that, and kind of just want to share a few clips with their friends. I think the serious YouTubers aren't going to, use this. This isn't going to revolutionize things. They're still going to use their Elgatos, they're still going to use the Hogs, and they're still going to edit it on their PC, because that is the best way of doing it, because you can edit it exactly where you want. So it still is a sort of thing that will be used by amateurs that want to get a few clips up to their friends. But still, it's nice to see. Talking about that, they're actually partnering with Twitch. PlayStation partnered with Ustream for their streaming service, but Xbox will be partnering with Twitch. Twitch is the better service out of the two. Twitch is the most used for gamers, so definitely Xbox have the upper hand with that. It's a shame, but that's the way things work. But you can stream directly while playing. Yet again, I think that's still going to be used, by people that don't have the equipment, or the amateurs that want to stream to a couple of their friends. I don't see big time YouTubers using it, mainly because you don't have the customization that you have by using things like XSplit along with Twitch. You can add your own webcam, you can add your own images, and customize it to be professional and all that stuff. So I really don't see it being used an awful lot by YouTubers, but I do see it being used by people that maybe never live streamed before in their life. They changed the Xbox Live Friends list limit. It is now unlimited, so I don't know how they can afford to do that, but it is unlimited. You can have as many friends as you like. So I'm waiting to see some person out there that's got like 1 million friends. It's not going to be about subscribers, it's going to be about friends. I think that's what the thing is going to come down to. And they've actually changed something that they should never have had it that way in the first place, and they've changed Microsoft points into pounds. Thank God. I actually don't have to convert it to find out how much things cost, and I don't have to buy things in odd amounts just to afford, Really annoying. You want to buy a DLC, the DLC is a set amount, but you also have to end up buying more than the amount you want just to get what you want, and it is really annoying. So actual currency for where you live, to buy the content you want to buy, which is how it should have been, and thank you, Microsoft, for changing that. Another new game. They have brought so many games. People complaining that there weren't enough games in the first one. I mean, literally all they showed most of the time was games, so can't really complain on that front. Crimson Dragon, all about being a dragon. If you love being a dragon, you'll love this game. Looks good. I can't tell you what the sounds look like, though, because they failed on the audio front, and there was no audio at all. And it wasn't the first time that they failed on the audio front either, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Dead Rising 3. If you like Dead Rising 2, you'll love Dead Rising 3. Open world style, massive zombies. You can craft items. Zombies attracted to your every move. But you can also distract them. You can shoot flares over into the distance, and they will go and chase that instead. So that is really, really cool. Zombies games, a lot of them at the moment. But Dead Rising 3 does seem to be something that will be a little bit different to anything else on the market. And I'm not sure whether this is going to be exclusive or not. I can't remember. And I don't even know if they made it that clear. It's going to come holiday, though. Oh, it is an exclusive. I've got it written down in the end. What am I on about? It is an exclusive, and it's coming this holiday. And you can even call in artillery support. So, there we are. The Witcher 3. This isn't coming exclusive to Xbox One. It will be on the PS4 as well. But it has over 100 hours of gameplay. So you guys out there complaining that games only have like 12 hours. Oh, that's not enough for me. 100 hours of gameplay. But the reason they were in the conference is they'll be adding optional voice commands with Kinect and inventory management with Smart Glass. So there we are. That should be pretty good if you are interested in those sort of things. EA and DICE came on stage and talking about Battlefield 4. We actually saw some gameplay, although it took them a few minutes to get that working because the first time the sound wouldn't play, and then they were just hanging around. They thought they were going to move it on and do something else. A lot of people shouting things out. It was pretty funny, the things people were shouting out, but still, They managed to get it working. It's running at 60 frames per second. The graphics look absolutely amazing. Destruction is taken to a whole new level. You know, there were fighter jets on this, I'm guessing, aircraft carrier that you're shooting at things that were holding it in the way. You know, it kind of crashed in some rubble, and he shot you, kind of blew away the rubble, and the fighter jets were sliding down into the water, knocking off enemies. Really good. You know, Battlefield has always been good with destruction, and they're taking it to a whole new level with Battlefield 4. And the sound's absolutely amazing as they go into the water. You can the way the sound dynamically changes to the world around you is absolutely amazing. And there'll be the first pack. They haven't said if the rest of the DLC, but the first pack will be first on Xbox One. So that's another first DLC for Xbox One. The DLC was early on PS3 for Battlefield 3, so it's a bit strange to see that change. Really, I thought that'd be something that PlayStation would be really keen to keep up. But maybe not. Something that I did catch on in the corner of the gameplay they showed, though, there was a battle log sign, and next to it there was like a return key on a keyboard. So I'm starting to think, was this actually on an Xbox One? Because you don't have return key. Why would there be a return key next to battle log? Something smells fishy, Microsoft. You better not be trying to pull the wool over our eyes and try and show us, you know, PC gameplay when you're trying to tell us that this is on the console. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. Below, a new game, another new game, exclusive for Xbox One. What does live below? That's all they said. Another game I don't know a lot about, but hopefully we'll find more about. The developers, Black Tusk, are working on a new game. It looks a bit like a shooter stealth game. They showed us a little clip. Didn't explain a lot about it again, but it's a shooter stealthy. You were kind of grapple hooking down a building and smashing through, and it looks like the same sort of James Bondy style game. Really awesome. If it is like the old James Bonds, and if it is that's kind of a play on that, that would be really cool. I'd really love that. I love those sort of games. And yeah, then they showed us something I of course wasn't expecting, and that's a new Halo coming to Xbox One. So they haven't told us a lot about that either. I was really surprised about it. I thought they'd make that quite a big feature, but there is a new Halo coming, and it's made by 343 Studios, as you'd expect. And yeah, you know, what they showed, the little intro trailer thing, looked pretty cool, although it does look pre-rendered to me. I'm just going to say it looks pre-rendered, but if it isn't, it looks absolutely amazing. It really does. So yeah, and then they announced the Xbox One release date, which is in November. They haven't given us an actual date, but it's coming in November, and it's to be priced $499 in the US, and then £429 in the UK, and then very, very similar in euros as well. It's around that price as well, the $429. Something I'm really angry about, Microsoft. I mean, £429 equals to $666, not $499 like the people in the US are paying. Why do we have to pay $166 extra for this console? Why should we have to? Just because we don't live in the US, why should we have to pay that? I'm sorry, I don't think it's good enough. I really don't. Why should we have to pay? Just putting it out there. I'm maybe making a video on it or something. I don't know. We'll see how much the PlayStation is. If the PlayStation doing the same thing, I'll definitely be making a video about it, because I feel like we've been screwed over unnecessarily, but there we are, we'll have to wait and see. And then the last thing they showed us is a game made by Respawn Entertainment. We'd already heard about it. It's called Titanfall. Respawn Entertainment are the original Call of Duty developers, so a lot of people thinking that this is going to be the Call of Duty killer. I don't know if it will be, but it's a kind of a mech space futuristic style game. It looks really, really cool. The gameplay looks slick. It looks like a Call of Duty, but with this sort of mech touch to it. So there we are. I can't wait to see more on that. And yeah, that's all I have for you. So overall, the conference was pretty decent. I have to say, they showed us a lot of games. I was hoping, though, that they'd resolve a lot of the problems that had been arised, let's say, in the past few weeks. You know, all these things to do with DRM and things like that. I wish they just explained themselves, you know, and maybe said what they're doing and things like that. That would have been really cool. But they showed us a lot of games, and that's something that a lot of people, complained about. Showed us what's changed with Xbox Live. And overall, they did a much better job with this conference than they did with the previous one. So props to Xbox on that. But I'm waiting to see what Sony has in response to this. Will they be able to blow theirs out the water? I don't know. But you have to wait and see. Keep your eyes peeled to my channel. I'll be doing a thoughts one on the PlayStation one. We have EA up next. I'll be doing the same thing on EA. And then Ubisoft, which was tomorrow, as I did say earlier. So Ubisoft tomorrow and PlayStation I'll be covering tomorrow. But EA is up next and I'll be doing that later on. So expect that. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. And let me know what you think of the conference in the comment section down below. I'll see you in the next video. As always, drink tea and game on.